optimistic about the prospects, and I know you as an optimist, and I know that you will continue to lead well. I want to thank you, Debbie, for the presidency of the Board of Governors and for the hard work that you do. We had a chance to meet last year and talk. And even though you have a cold, which is I'm sure you did get from one of your wonderful patients, it is great for you to be here, and we greatly appreciate your leadership of the Board of Governors. I also want to thank Jack O'Connell, the state superintendent. There is no more important and rewarding, yet perhaps more challenging work than trying to make our educational system what it should be to continue to deliver on the American dream. And that's where I'd like to start my remarks today. My father is being honored, and I am so grateful to the community college system for continuing to honor his memory and what he stood for. I also want to say that people like Tosh and Gus, he loved you. You were like family to him. And you kept him active in the community college system and the Board of Governors when his infirmities sometimes made it difficult for him to make a meeting in Sacramento. You somehow, along with Clara, found a way to get him here because it was extremely important to him. He loved working with the community college system. I've been, over the last year or so, writing a book about my parents and my grandparents. It's now done. It's going to be out in October. It's called Extraordinary Ordinary People. And I wanted to write that book first because very often people say to me, well, what is responsible for who you became? And I always say, in order to know how I came to be who I am, you had to know John and Angelina Rice, and in order to know them, you had to know Albert and Mattie Ray on my mother's side, and especially on my father's side, you had to know Teresa Rice, and particularly John Wesley Rice Sr., my grandfather, my maternal grandfather. And my father's passion for education comes directly through that line. I've had the chance to go back and interview people who were students of my father, who worked with my father, and they all say the same thing. He had this tremendous passion for the transforming power of education. He knew that education gave you a chance to be somebody that you would otherwise never be. And that passion, I learned and understood, came directly from my grandfather. Now, my grandfather died on September the 14th, 1954. I was born on November the 14th, 1954. So I never knew him in the flesh, but I knew him in the spirit, and I knew him and continue to know him in the spirit. His story is one that is so, in many ways, American. My grandfather was a sharecropper's son in Utah. That would be E-U-T-A-W. I'm not kidding, Alabama. diversity comes in many forms. It comes in diversity of ethnicity and diversity of gender and diversity of religion, but it also comes in diversity of challenges and diversity of experiences with those challenges. And so what Taft College is doing is remarkable in this transitional program, transitional living program. So thank you very much for having me here. Thank you for allowing me to reflect a little bit on the memory of my father and all that he stood for. But thank you especially for continuing his work and his dream through the community college system, that one day anybody who wants to grab on to that transforming power of education can do so, and in doing so will enrich not just themselves, but the United States of America and our world. Thank you very much.